Good morning. Taking a look at the past year's data of dollar index on the weekly time frame over here. Currently, we're still stuck within the range from this high over here to this low over here of the range. So, with the start of the new year, we had a bullish move, the price pushing up quite nicely into the 104, 105 area, which was a previous order block. Broke above, became a breaker block, and then we broke down with this big impulsive candle to create an inversion breaker block in this big area over here. What we saw on the right hand side was an order block and a fair value gap imbalance that was present on the weekly time frame. Start of the year, we pushed up, broke into that zone over there, filled that imbalance, and came to come and test 105 with a nice rejection into that order block as well. We saw price run down lower shortly after that and also break this order block, which was going to be a breaker block, but now is becoming now inversion breaker block over here. So the current zone on the weekly time frame, you can clearly see we broke through with a solid downturn. We came back up to come and test halfway of this last weekly candle's volume. And right now, if you look at that candle there, we do have a small little gap right over there. I'll zoom in, and that price came to come and test within. So currently right now, I am waiting or anticipating price to run down lower and come for these lows sitting over here at the moment. So we have two lows, two sell-side liquidity zones that we need to get taken out, and these are the zones that I'm going to be targeting for dollar on the weekly time frame to go back down under 101 to potentially come and test 100 flat. So for now, this is my overview. This is my levels that I'm looking at on the weekly. We'll go down to the daily. You can see some more price action taking place over here with a nice imbalance zone sitting over here where price recently just came to come and test into. On Friday, we also had a doji candle that formed, so potentially we might get another doji for today, or we're going to get a nice big bear candle to come and engulf down lower and close lower. Just to note, we do have this order block over here, right? So if you are paying attention to that order block, you need to see a potential run down low, break above, and then you can see some continuation down lower. But yeah, overall, bearish on dollar. We need to see some bears definitely step into play over here. If I go to Btcusd, just as a reference point as well. Right. Currently, we have been breaking all-time highs, and we've been pushing up quite some bit. We're looking at the current structure over here. We've been breaking up, making new highs, and we've been leaving behind this major imbalance order block over here, right? So we can see with current price broke above, came back down to come and test within that zone. Now we could potentially see the next run up go back up into that 80,000 area. So we're gonna have to be patient. I'm looking at the current swing low, swing high range. We are testing slightly within that OTE area, so we're going to see some nice moves coming in this next few days, especially with dollar. So if dollar does start turning more to the downside for the day, we can definitely see this type of continuation pattern take place on Bitcoin USD. So $80,000 for short term. Probably for a longer term, I would say $100,000 is what we can hold on the cards for Btcusd. Currently, right now, the markets are looking good. The altcoin markets are also looking quite good. So we just need to be patient. I'm going to take a look at gold for our last pair, and then I'll end it off. Taking a look at gold, you can see we have been breaking up and making new highs as well, with all of these scares of war and news that's coming out at the moment. We have a big safe haven where a lot of investors have been flooding into the gold market. So you can clearly see taking a look at these levels over here, that we could see a potential, slight retracement for where we could then see our next continuations. Let's just take a look at the weekly time frame quickly, just for reference. So currently on a weekly time frame, we do have this big imbalance fair value gap that we left off right over here, right? Which is our first one at the high point, which is in a little bit of a premium area. But we do have our lower zone over here, which is also a order or area of imbalance that also hasn't been tested yet. So we're looking at this overall view. A nice area obviously would be coming into this low area where our OTE area has been, also where that breakout occurred on the daily time frame. So this area would be our optimal area, but we also need to be relevant and realistic to see if prices is going to continue going up higher after just quickly filling this imbalance over here. You could even just see the slight little imbalance, we just tested in now, and then we could see our next continuation go up higher. But we also need to pay attention to see if we are going to push down and force some more imbalance either at that 50% zone, where we are going to go lower. Our optimal trade entry zone would be at the bottom over here, closer to 2050. So we do get that, then obviously we can then target some highs going back up on gold, of course. So overall on gold, I definitely am looking at about 2500 for the longer term. So let's just wait and see how our price is going to do, or how our price is going to play over this next few days, especially this week. Potentially we need to see this weekly candle. We are going to get a big move. We could see this weekly candle get a nice, maybe a nice wick over here,